Today's guest is one of the funniest people at UGA. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Cabete, a.k.a. Mr.Goopie.
That's fire, man. Yeah, so anyways, we saw a recent video with you and Carson back. It looked fantastic. I know I was watching it.
Yeah, that's my first Lamborghini ever seen.
No, but you were driving it for about for 10 seconds in the video.
Yeah. I wasn't really focused on the cover of the video. I was more like, yo, I cannot fuck up this moment right now.
They always say the funniest guy gets the girl. So what's going on? I mean, you got no free time, right?
You know, that's Cab. I'm here to tell you. So this Pep Guardiola is probably the greatest coach of all time.
I mean, he's having a hard time now in Manchester City.
They're
really
but
struggling.
dude, if you check his record though, I think this is the only season he's ever struggled this much in his whole career. Wait, can I curse? No.
Yeah,
you can do whatever you want.
My bad.
We're not even gonna bleep it.
Underdawgs pod.
And just stop following anything else in life. Follow us. We're your lead. I don't want you to have neck problems during the recordings.
Nah, you're straight. Good, yo.
If you guys are wondering who this guy is, you probably know him already because he's a big star at UGA. Today's guest is one of the funniest people at UGA. You've seen him all over Instagram and TikTok. He just came back from a stand-up comedy tour, ready to be a great star in the entertainment industry. Ladies and gentlemen, Michael Cabete, a.k.a. Mr.Goopie.
All right, man, that's what's up.
Thank you for coming
That's
here
fire.
today, man.
Man, that was a fire intro. That's tough. Making me feel important. That's nice. That's
I mean, you are important in here at UGA, bro. You're one of the biggest people, on social media. You're the biggest comedian at UGA.
But yeah, it's cool. I appreciate it though. That's what's up.
Bro, UGA is gonna be your past at some point. You're living it in the present. You're looking at the future. Tell me about your tour.
It was great. I mean, it was nice. It was partnered up with these two other comedians in the Habesha realm. Habesha is Ethiopian Eritrean community, and it was paired up with those two. They've been in it for a minute. One of them's they're older than me, and it's we call it the past, present, future tour because it's not really. We're all going in the future together, but it's just for jokes. But they were kind of older than me, and they were at certain points at their peaks, and then now I'm doing my thing. So we kind of collaborated. And so it was just a learning experience for me, to be honest. It was nice.
That's awesome.
Go to different different states and Canada for the first time. I never went to Canada before, so I went to Toronto. That was fire. I mean, I can't. But for me, it's I'm just a little. I feel like a kid in a candy shop type of thing. I saw my mentality towards it. I'm just here experiencing and just learning is great. So it's really just happy to be here. So in terms of the future, I'm gonna just continue. For me, continue grinding stand-up and just all my different avenues, stand-up, YouTube, and skits, and just continue doing day by day, So that's really what I have planned for the future. I don't really have nothing crazy, solid, but it's just the grind.
Mitch, what do you got planned for the future?
I mean, planned for the future. We're getting this degree. That's number one.
Number one.
But it sounds like something you got planned for the future is making that shift to a new audience, which is going to be a little bit challenging because where are you going to end up? This tour, you went to a couple different places. LA, Toronto, DC, Houston. Maybe you're moving out to Houston, maybe to LA.
I mean, move see that money. You gotta have some money. But I mean, I would love to move out to different. I would love to move out to a different state. That would be great. But in terms of just experiences of the new, but Atlanta has everything you would need. It's the way I look at Atlanta is kind of just it's another version of LA. And especially for African American community, it's pretty prominent. It's kind of because they shoot a lot of things in LA. There's a lot of different short films. There's a lot of filming. There's a lot of studios in downtown Atlanta. So it's for me, luckily, I'm gonna probably just try to move out to Atlanta and just raise up money right now, and then just kind of pay off rent and just grind and try not to work for as long as I can, and then what I'm saying, just keep on. Grinding out.
Yeah. Speaking of grinding, how do you grind on a comedy tour? How does that even work for someone like me and for someone at home? Mm-hmm. What does that look like? Stand-up comedy is kind of it's a super deeper bad. It's you ever see an iceberg photo where it's the
surface and then there's the other side.
There's hella shit underneath. Wait, can I curse? No.
Yeah.
Go you do whatever you want.
My bad.
We're not even gonna bleep it.
Underdawgs pod. Nah, that's tough. I mean, I feel like the work for like a comedy tour comes from a lot of different things. I think the biggest thing, which I was lucky enough not to really have to do too much work on, was like, finding the venues and like getting people for being like the door person and like having the Eventbrite and getting the tickets on there. Like I didn't really have to do much of that because they were kind of taking charge on that, which they want me to do. They want me to take charge next time around, but I didn't really know what I was doing, so I was learning from that aspect. Like,
It was your first time.
yeah, like what goes into like a good comedy show, you're able to learn that along the way. So it's like that's kind of the work you do for the tour aspect. But like, of course, your material is important. You gotta have written material. And since there's only 3 of us performing, we each had to do like about 20 minutes, and like, 20 minutes of material is like is hard, like because you have to consistently make them laugh and also have them enjoy their show. So it's like that's the work that goes into it. It's just like writing like your whole material, like. It's difficult. Like I was watching the stand-up video the other day of the stand-up comic, and he was saying like basically like if you're a comedian that has like 8 years or lower under your belt, then like if you think you have 20 minutes of material, you really only have 5 minutes of material. Like it's like that's how like deep it gets to where it's like the writing, like how punchy it has to be and the tags and all that. Like so it's like that's really the work that goes into the comedy tour. It's just like having your material ready, and then performing aspect of it.
Because what I learned in my experience as somebody who stays in front of the camera as an entertainer is, yes, you go on and you improvise, but improvisation requires a lot of work behind the scenes. Like you were saying, the lower part of the iceberg. So how much do you spend preparing a stand-up show?
Like material wise?
Yeah.
I mean, for me, like, in terms of stand-up, like, I'm very new into it. Like, I just started in, like, I think last February. And, like, because of school, I can't, like, consistently write every day and consistently hit up open mics to, like, work on it. But I was able to do a little bit every now and then. And I just kind of, I've created, I think it would, I don't know, for me, like, to make a new joke, I kind of just think of a premise. Like, I just think of something funny that just happened. And then I'll like write it down, and then when I have time, I'll kind of just try to like expand on it and then kind of synthesize it. But I like to work out the material on stage just because for me...
What do you mean on stage? Just before getting on stage?
Yeah, like because like for example, like, okay, on the tour, like I wrote like 2 or 3 new jokes just right before before the shows. And then I would try it on the stage. Like, even though you're not necessarily supposed to do it, but I work kind of better in that way because, like, when you're writing the jokes and stuff and you're writing it down, like, there's a lot of words that you'll include. Yeah. Because, like, spoken word, there's something.
Yeah, when you speak, you don't speak the way you write. That's what you're trying to say.
Yeah, and it's like spoken word is supposed to be less than written word. Like, you're supposed to talk less and get to the point quicker with more tags. So when I'm on stage, if I can feel from the audience that, like, this part of it, it's kind of silent, I'll probably speed it up closer to the joke or add something in there, like just from like the improv aspect. Like I'll just add something or like try something. And I usually am able to like, after that, then I'll go back and write it the way like I heard myself portrayed to the audience and how they perceived it. Then I'll go back and write more into it. And now I know the pacing. Yeah. Like the pacing of the joke, I get it more. So
important. I mean, there's nothing more important than pacing.
Yeah.
You do imitations?
Like,
can you imitate
impressions?
Yeah, impressions.
I'm trying, man. That's like the hardest. That's for me the hardest thing.
Really?
I'm trying so hard to learn impressions because that's like if you get impressions, like you could really do anything. Like that's really.
I do a pretty good Trump impression.
For real?
Yeah.
Let me hear.
The Underdawgs podcast is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, podcast at UGA, and that's Donald Trump telling you.
That's good.
He has a little bit of.
I see that's better than me. Movement. I'm trying to learn a Jamaican accent right now.
Jamaican accent.
Yeah, I'm trying to learn that because it's like hilarious. Their natural conversation is funny. Like to have a conversation with somebody with an accent, it's just funny. Like a British person, it's just funny. Like like the way they talk, everything they say is like. They could be telling you like the saddest news, but it's just like
that accent just brings a little bit of light into the conversation.
You know what's funny? I heard that American people don't want to watch soccer with an American commentator. They want to watch soccer with an English commentator.
You're 100% right.
100%.
You watch a lot of soccer, no?
Yeah. I was a soccer player my whole life. That was my original goal.
Really?
Like in my dream in life, yeah.
What position did you play?
I played midfield and then Like I played right back for high school, midfield my whole life. Normally though, like center attacking mid and stuff.
Yeah.
That was what I was grinding. Soccer, football. Professional terms.
Football. I mean,
Yeah,
honestly, in Italy we call it calcio, so the whole thing, soccer, football, I don't give a shit.
Really?
Yeah.
You call it what?
Calcio.
Calcio?
It means kick.
I never understood soccer because I don't know where it comes from. Like it's just there's no.
I'm not sure.
But yeah, I mean, that was my sport. So like, yeah, I totally agree though. I don't want to hear American commentators like Fox Sports. They always have like those American commentators. It doesn't hit.
Paramount, they have English commentators. They have like even the opinionists in the studio. They're all from
Really?
ex-soccer players.
Yeah. I think for
Thierry
me,
Henry, Alex Piero,
That's I love
Micah Richards. Those guys are awesome.
I love, freaking Carragher. Hate his ass though.
Yeah, he's funny too. I like him a lot. Now he does have a funny accent.
Yeah, he has a funny accent, but I don't like him because he be trashing Ronaldo.
Oh really?
Yeah,
You a big Ronaldo guy?
Yeah, Cristiano's my favorite player of all time. So
Really?
he's the GOAT. I don't care. Argue with the wall. Doesn't matter.
Mitchell, what do you think comparing Ronaldo's strength and force in the middle of the field compared to Messi's technical abilities in the midfield and to move between the lines? What do you think about that?
Yeah, so anyways, we saw a recent video with you and Carson Beck. It looked fantastic. I know I was watching it, laughing the whole time, especially when you were bringing the girl in the car, like, hey, don't touch nothing, don't touch nothing. Tell me about that. How did you end up meeting him?
I mean,
Did you pay him $4 million?
yeah.
Did you give him a $4 million
Private
contract?
jet deal too on top of it?
Man, if I had $4 million, bro.
You wouldn't be here right now.
Yeah,
Come on.
I don't know about it. My.
No, he would. He would. He would.
Pull it
He still
back.
would.
Nah, man. Carson. He's a good dude. I mean, from what I know, our relationship, we didn't really have a relationship. Like that was like probably the last time I ever saw him again. Like it was just
Really?
that video.
So you guys are not friends. You guys just
Yeah,
filmed the video.
yeah, like, we're not friends. Like, we're just like we're cool. Like, I don't know. Like, we're just cool. Like,
Yeah.
Because my thing was, we were supposed to shoot another video, but it just, he's, he's
Fell
the
through.
starting
Yeah, no,
QB.
that
he's got a lot of, he's
gotta
got a
be.
lot.
He's
The
gotta
fact
know
I
how-
got one was insane.
No, I saw that and my jaw dropped. I was like, how did you land
That
Carson?
was, I'd say, okay, that's when I would say, like, I was like, all right, I done did what I needed to do when I came to EGA and did his content stuff. And, like, because football's freaking the number one thing in all of Athens, EGA. And then
Yeah.
for me to get the collab, for me to get the video with the starting quarterback, I was like, yeah, okay. Like, I didn't, now it's like, okay, cool. Like, that was like a milestone for me. Because I don't really look at it much, but, like, when I was able to, like, get that together. Because the way it happened was just, like, he just randomly followed me one day. And I was like,
So
oh,
you
shit.
knew.
Yeah.
If he follows you, you know there's something.
That's the lead right into the content.
Yeah,
you know?
a little bit, but it's hard to like, even with the follow, like it's hard to get stuff done though, because I mean he's the starting quarterback. Like this guy's busy as fuck all the time. Like what I'm saying, he's always worried about whatever. So like, and also it's like, so it's kind of like I was like, yeah, he followed me, and I hit him up, and I said like, oh yeah, let's work. But like he didn't text back, and for me, I'm like, I don't care. Like I'm like, I don't care about like trying to be like, I don't know. I don't really care about being cool or nothing like that. Like, if I gotta get some work done, like I'm gonna get some work done. So I'm gonna be a little pestering. Like,
So you double text?
yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm saying like when we were supposed to get like the second video, because the first video hit so hard, but the second video idea I had, I knew was going smack. So I was like, bro, like I definitely like triple text his ass a couple times. But then after a while, I was like, not a couple times. It was like I triple texted in general, but I texted a couple times. Let's clear that up. I'm not insane. Okay, I understand when
I imagine
when
it.
is
No,
I
we gotta get
imagine
that content
Carson-
out. We gotta text a little bit more.
I
Come
mean,
on.
look, bro, like
I imagine Carson Beck opening the curtain, worried that Mr. Goopie's out of his house,
bro. Hell
looking
he
out,
probably
giving
did,
a peek
maybe.
because he's still here.
I mean, that's the thing though. Like, he's such a busy ass dude. Like, I promise. I feel like it didn't even like. I feel like it never even crossed his head. Like, what I'm saying, just in general. But either way though, yeah. Like after the first video was do well. Like I did try to get that second video a couple times, but it wasn't. It just wasn't. It didn't work. So, but it was cool though because my
It did
thing
a
was,
lot of views first of all.
yeah, it was. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, it did great. I mean, it's Carson Beck, so it's like it was great. I think the thing was like. The way it really worked though was because I had seen him one time, like I think it was downtown or something. Like I don't know, I seen him randomly, and then it was like and it was funny. This is a funny story actually because it's like the way they be walking through into like bars or wherever, like it's so funny because they just walk in, like it's like they can skip lines, they do whatever, and it's just mad funny to see that. And I was like talking to the bouncer, and like him and his friends just douche walk through, and I was like, okay, I was like, damn, you ain't even gonna ID him or nothing. It was funny though, cause like when you're a football nigga, when you're a football dude in this city, I mean, you kind of rule the city, so it was just funny to see that. But that's off topic. But anyways, yeah, when I went in there, I was like, cause I don't think he texted back, or maybe he did text back. And like I was trying to get the date or whatever, so I like came up to him and I was like, "Yo, like let's lock in." And then it was his friends that actually put him onto my content. So that was how it cooked up. So shout out to his friends.
Oh, for sure. And it sounds like the friends maybe a little bit funnier than got some funny friends.
He did, yeah. There was some cool, but yeah, it just happened, and then he pulled up and we just got it done, and it was cool. I mean, the yours, it's a fantastic car.
Was Carson's back Lamborghini comfy?
I mean. As any other Lamborghini would have. I mean, that's my first Lamborghini ever seen.
No, but you were driving it for about 10 seconds in the video.
Yeah, and I was
he cool?
I was scared as shit. I mean, I wasn't really focused on the comfortability. I was more like, yo, I cannot fuck up this moment right now because like
you seem pretty nervous in the clip.
A little bit. I can't lie. Like that's the one thing when I do collabs sometimes, which I gotta grow out of, is I kind of be feeling like I'm on borrowed time, like, because it's different than when I'm filming by myself. I could do as many takes as I want, to try to get that perfect whatever. But, when you got, like, I guess you could say a high-profile client at the time, because I'm still grinding, so it's like, it's different. But, like, when you working with someone that's not in your industry who's prominent, and it's borrowed time, so you try to, like, hit it as quick as you can so that you can, send them out, so it's not, like,
right,
crazy.
No, I know.
So I couldn't really, like, so that's why I was, like, kind of, like a little bit nervous, but like I wasn't really that nervous though. Like it was cool because he's a cool
honestly,
dude.
I wasn't saying it in a way like you weren't good. I was saying like for the skit, it made sense that you were a little nervous because you were this kid driving a Lamborghini.
Yeah, and I hope to.
It's a bigger situation than you. By the way, it sort of was reality because you've probably never been in. I've never been in a Lamborghini. I'm Italian. I've never been in a Lamborghini.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I wish. Not a big car guy, but man, I want to go on a Lamborghini.
Yeah, I mean,
flex it a bit with a girl. No,
yeah, you can. I mean, you just gotta go rent one on Turo, you know what I'm saying? Pop out with it. That's really all it takes at this point. But no, yeah, it was cool though. I mean, I wanted to be able to portray that though, like, just the fact that I'm just like just a dude out here doing videos, and I was able to get this. So it's like I want to be able to portray that to the audience. But sometimes though, it's good to like be really in character. That's what I learned. I could learn about acting. Like I want to learn more about acting for real because like the more I keep just doing sketches and stuff. And like I watch other good sketch artists, I'm like, dang, like there's like when Drewski's like my main inspiration, and like he's like the funniest dude like ever. Like and it's like
he's pretty funny.
Yeah, he's insane.
Hilarious.
He's just insane. Hilarious. Like it's an insane. Like and I've been a fan of his for a long time. He's what got me doing skits. Like my friend Eli's also the one, like my cameraman. He told us let's do skits, but like I was trying to model after Drewski. Then I just sort of find my own comedic lane. But like one thing I want to get better at, what Drewski does, is like the acting in it is really good. Like he kind of shows more like less of talking and more of showing what the character's doing, and I do more of talking. So it's like over time I want to make that switch. That's what I'm trying to get better at now.
Yeah,
just kind of
I imagine you have some role models you look up to, but the same thing happens when you're a kid. No. I think everybody gets their sense of humor from somebody in their family or some friend or somebody they hang out a lot. Who did you take your sense of humor from?
I took my sense of humor from like one of my best friends, Lulu, like Lulu Tedesca. He goes to Georgia State. He's from Atlanta. He's always in my videos too, but he's not that good of an actor, which is funny. That's just funny. He's the funniest dude, like in the friend group, like the funniest guy ever. Like, but he's just like sometimes he just like when we just tell him to do a specific line, it'll take so many takes because he'll try to say it differently, and it's just like, bro, just say it. But yeah, I got my humor from him because we grew up in those formative years where like you guys like you're really impressionable or whatever.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Me and him have a lot of the same sayings and like kind of mannerisms and everything. So it's like I got a lot of my humor from him, and him and I guess just like and also my dad too. Like I could like my dad, he's a serious dude. But, like, because he's an immigrant, like, I feel like as an immigrant...
He's Ethiopian, right?
Yeah, he's Ethiopian. So, like, as an immigrant, you can't really not ever be serious because, like, you really pulled up from another country and you grinded. But, like, like I feel like over time, whenever my dad showed like his fun side, because he's a funny dude, like I learned from him just kind of how to like, I don't know, like not necessarily be like a ridiculous, funny, like goofy person, but more just kind of like say something funny in a moment that's like with older people or anything like that. I just kind of took that from him. So yeah, like I'd say those two.
Because I think there's two different types of people: those who joke and joke about something light, and then I, for example, joke on sad things in my life a lot because it makes them, I don't know, it just makes me a little happier to do that.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? Do you joke on things that are not always positive that happen in your life, or is that the style your dad has too?
I think nah, that's the thing. Like no, like my dad's like my dad. He does like nah, because the one thing he's always talking about is like if it's a serious matter, we're serious. But it's like he's fun. It's just like there's a word for it in my language, but it's more just kind of like when like you talk to an older person and like you kind of just have this facetious, like I don't know. For me, on touch, I was like, all right, yeah, like smiling, and just like yeah, and like I know how to make like an older person laugh from just like joshing around type of thing. Like they try to dab me up, I like go like this, and then like it's like they always laugh at that because it's so simple. But it's like that's stuff that my dad would do, like just kind of like a I don't know, just kind of like making it to where, like for example, one thing he used to say like to my mom all the time is like she'll make him dinner, like she'll make dinner every night, but like he'll make a joke and just be like, man, if I had 5 of you, like this would be the greatest thing. But he says it like, as I was saying, he like says it every time though. So that's what's funny about it. 'Cause it's like every time, but it's like in my language, it's kind of funny the way he says it. So it's like that type of humor where it's like but like goofy stuff though he don't go for.
There's certain family dynamics that are just funny, and it shows a little bit the romanticism between the couple. For example, my mom and my stepfather, they have this thing where my stepfather asked my mother to make coffee for him after dinner, and he's just weird, and he wants his coffee to be warmed up in the microwave for 7 seconds, and every dinner they have this argument whether the coffee should be warmed up in the microwave or not, and they make this whole scene all the time. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, I mean that's just what it is. Like, but yeah, that's the type of humor I was referring to for sure though.
Yeah,
just kind of being a little facetious. I don't know if that's the word, facetious.
I mean, I know I couldn't tell you. That's the one that always got me too. I'm like, every time I try to say it, like someone look at me like, I don't really know about that. But has there ever been a time when your comedy has gotten you in trouble? I know for me, like back in elementary school, I thought I was funny, but I actually was just getting notes home all the time from my principal. But it was hard.
Like in 2nd grade, we had this check system. It's like if you get a check, like it's basically like disorderly conduct type of thing. And like I got like 47 checks in 1 year, which was like insane. And like that was just because like she just hated me. But like I used to chat it up a lot. But after that 47 check massacre, I kind of just I toned it down. Nah, I was insane. Like
that's what
I
you
got
do.
I got a lot of I got a lot of shit from my parents for that. So like, I just kind of chilled out. But on the soccer field though, in high school, like my senior year, like the coach, I would swear up and down, I hated my coach. Like,
who's your favorite coach? Soccer coach?
Jose Mourinho, especially.
Why?
Because he's tough. I don't know. I fuck with his confidence. Like he's just funny as hell. Like he's
pretty funny
and
too.
he won a Champions League with Porto. Like like he's tough. Like
yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like I mean he gets a lot of hate. I mean Pep Guardiola is probably the greatest coach of all time.
I mean he's having a hard time now in Manchester City. They're really
but
struggling.
Dude, if you check his like record though, I think this is the only season he's ever struggled this much in his whole career. Which is
I don't know
insane.
what the heck is happening there.
I really don't know.
Whatever. Nobody cares. We're the only one who care about this.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about you know some athletes at UGA, I imagine, right?
Yeah.
Who's your favorite athlete?
Which is Warren Brinson. He's appeared in a couple of my videos, and he's a cool guy. But like other than that, I don't.
You
really
follow
know.
any other sports other than football?
I mean, I don't. There's no soccer team here. So
Yeah, that's a disaster.
that's a disaster.
Of civilization when a college doesn't have a soccer
Whoa,
team.
we got a women's soccer team. I went to one of the games. I had a
You're right.
great
No,
time.
actually,
I had a
sorry,
great
pardon
time.
for that. I actually have seen some of the women's soccer team games, and they're actually pretty good.
No, they are. I watched them against Mississippi State, and it was
for
so much fun.
I mean, no, for sure. I mean, I meant men's soccer team. Men's soccer team.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna be friends with
That's what I was
a
talking
girl
about.
on the soccer team. I haven't met any, to be honest. I mean, I'll be friends with them. I'm just saying, I haven't met any, so like that's why I was referring.
Oh man, they always say the funniest guy gets the girl. So what's going on? I mean, you got no free time, right?
You know, that's cap. I'm here to tell you. It's a lie. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, maybe if you're like a 6'3" funny dude. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you know, I mean, I'm not really. I mean, I've done what I need to do with my life in terms of that area. I'm kind of at a point where now I just kind of focus on I'm just focused on the craft.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
A couple
You
on
just
the way.
focus on what?
Just focus on the craft.
On the craft.
Yeah, getting the grind
Yeah.
on.
And just grind. Like that's all I ever think about. So
Yeah,
it's
bro,
like,
but don't act like you don't have fun. Like
I
you
mean,
grind, you
of
focus
course,
on the
like,
craft.
I
Yeah,
have fun. Like I more look to just have fun to. I look more now to like have fun to like funnel an experience. If
Yeah.
that makes any sense.
Yeah. But you did that. You went on a tour. I'm sure you went out. You
Oh
met
yeah,
new
for sure.
people.
There's no greater feeling than like doing good at a show and then getting drunk.
Yeah.
Like there's no better feeling. That's probably the best thing ever.
That is
What
a
is-
celebration?
Yeah.
What is the most memorable comment you had either on a skit or on a stand-up performance? And by whom?
Like anytime my dad says he's proud,
Yeah.
that'd be hitting. Just because like in the beginning they was not fucking with the whole concept of me trying to do this and fucking up in school. Cause I don't really like. I'm graduating. I'm gonna graduate. I'm gonna get my degree, but it's not with no pretty GPA or nothing. Like
That's
I
what
ain't
I'm
really,
talking about.
I ain't really grind because this is what I'm trying to do. But I understand the importance of finishing what you start and you know doing it for my parents for real. But nowadays they're more on my side about the situation. They seen what I've done. So it's like when he says like you know he's proud about what I got going on and balance and everything that be hitting different.
Yeah,
You know, for sure.
sounds like it.
It's
What was
tough.
there like a certain moment when your dad was just he knew that you could make something out of this?
I think the greatest thing was just like freshman year when I got like just a little bit. I had a little bit of emotion on it, like you know, just a little bit cooking, and I needed a second phone though to really make shit poppin', like really make shit work. And he kind of was like, all right, like I'm gonna pay. Like I paid him back eventually for the phone, but he was kind of like I'll invest. I'll let you get the phone. My mom wasn't down with it, but he was like, because she thought it was gonna be distracting, or whatever. But he let me get the phone, so that phone really just helped me create more and more stuff. But yeah, I'd say that's probably like when I was like, oh, that's tough, like you know, because he's always been about kind of just like you know, getting that if you really want to do something, like you know, do it. You just gotta. Education is just number one to just finish out. Like that's always been a thing. Like just finish out your schooling and then see where it takes you. You know, you can.
That's an awesome story. I like it because, bro, immigrants are tough. Tough people.
Oh yeah,
They gotta be though, you know.
Yeah.
they do. You never meet people who work harder either. Like, I've been working in restaurants since I was 15 years old. I have never been outworked harder in my life than by immigrants, and it's like everywhere I go to. It's crazy. It's crazy.
I mean, you just see the life that they come from, and it's like when you come to America. I mean,
You can just barely slightly hear that door.
yeah, that's funny.
I thought it was someone passing gas beside us. I'm like, hey, yo.
He's trying to slide through. But yeah, I mean, you see where they come from, and it's you see the situation, and it's like when you come to America, it's like a freaking utopia. So it's like, you know what I mean, it's nothing but grinding. You know.
Yeah, bro, but it's a tough world right now, especially with everything that is happening. My question is, do you think people laugh enough?
No, not at all. like not at all. Like no, because if everybody laughed a lot, if everybody laughed at most of the things in life, they'd become comedians. Like genuinely, because that's what changed my whole perspective. When you said earlier, do you laugh? Like, do you make jokes about like what's terrible in your life or what's sad about your life? I don't necessarily make jokes about what's sad about my life or whatever. Like, you know, if somebody, I mean, I would, of course, but I haven't, like, you know, I've been blessed to not really have too much super, super depressing stuff happen. But like, and I don't have an embarrassment gene. Like, I don't get embarrassed. So I be making jokes based off that, like, you know, because like my friends, like, you know, they'll be embarrassed to like do certain stuff, like if they're in a social setting or something, like, or like doing certain things. But like for me, that's where I thrive. Like I make jokes about anything. Like I'll make jokes about like anything, like self-deprecating, because it's like it's a joke. It's cap. Like
Some people don't have irony. Some people don't don't like making fun of themselves, and as soon as you do a joke about them, they take it personal right away.
It is, and usually those are like the funniest ones if you can accept them.
Yeah.
Like they're always the best because you know it's in fun and love.
That's true. That's true. It is, and it's even deeper than just a joke on you. Like, just in general. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the biggest thing, when like people be afraid of rejection, like in any area.
Yeah.
Like, and especially like even with girls, like that's the biggest thing for like dudes. Like, where they get the most embarrassed is like, if they go up to a girl and she like, rejects them or like something. But I think rejection is probably the funniest thing ever.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I think I literally had a whole segment for like a good period of time where I'd go up to girls like downtown and be like, hey, can I get your number? And I know they're gonna say no because for the most part, like it's just like I don't know, like it's just funny and I know they're gonna say no. So before they say no, I'll be like, never mind.
I
just walk, and I walk away. And that's like for me, like that's like funny. That's the funny shit ever. But like you can't get not one of my friends to do something like that.
Was that staged? Like, did the girls know, or you just did it on there?
Straight up.
I can never stage a prank. It doesn't even make sense. Because I don't even do pranks enough to stage them, and it's just hilarious because I know they're gonna say no. Like I don't have to tell them, man, say no. they're gonna fucking do that shit.
I thought there was one maybe in the video who would have given you her phone number.
Nah, because even if they was, I was gonna do the walking away thing. But I selected them because I know, like, bro. I mean, it's a PWI, bro. Like I have these girls, man. Like when you black downtown, they don't know if they be thinking you like a local. They don't even trust that you go to school.
Really?
Man, I be wearing my book bag on campus, and people ask me like, you go to school here? Like, what do you think?
Hell yeah.
Wearing my book bag.
Where else am I going?
That's what I'm saying. Like it's a whole concept. So I know. Like by the looks of what the girl looks like, I know.
Oh, so you picked out the blonde hair, gold earrings.
I know.
Yeah, okay.
I know what's going on. Golden gooses on the feet. Like I know it's gonna be a quick no.
I never thought about that.
Little bright orange. There ain't no hate on him. No hate on him.
Ain't no hate though.
It's funny. It's funny.
But you like all girls, or do you have a specific? Do you have a type?
I mean, everybody got type.
What type you got?
I love all women, man. I mean, women is my forte, man. I love them. Couldn't ask for more. But I mean, I'd say my type. I mean, Ethiopia, Habesha women in general. Love them. The most beautiful woman on the planet.
Whom?
Habesha women.
Ethiopian women.
Like Ethiopian Eritrean women. Yeah. Okay. And then Latinas for sure.
Latinas, yeah.
Yeah, like just any type of Hispanic woman. It's more about the culture that I like. It's not even like looks wise. It's just I appreciate the culture, like because I got a big culture. Like Habesha, like Ethiopians have big culture, so it's like Hispanics got a big culture for sure. Like
also Ethiopia is very interesting. I was looking because Ethiopia is. Relatively close to Italy. Italy is in the Mediterranean.
I mean, you guys are our biggest ops, so it's like back in the day. You guys are the only country to occupy the
to lose the occupation.
It's actually true. Yeah. I saw an Ethiopian girl one time downtown, very pretty by the way, really pretty, and we started talking. She goes, "You guys occupied our country. You Italian." Usually when I say I'm Italian, everybody gets excited. She goes, "You guys occupied our country."
It's funny. Yeah, it's funny because we're the only country that never been colonized, but we got occupied for sure by y'all.
By Italians who are really bad at occupying.
No, they're horrible. They lost that occupation not too.
We got kicked out of all the places we've been in. We ain't that good. The Roman Empire, that's a whole other chapter.
There's a difference between Romans and Italians. I would say.
It's funny.
That good.
That's funny, but yeah, man. I just like the culture. I like the dance. And I also grew up around a lot of Hispanics because I played soccer. So I I grew up around and that's my favorite. Those because when I was sitting on the bench and I would make jokes and stuff like that, it would be with my Hispanic friends. We just had an ongoing joke of we'd tell somebody oh yeah, coach said warm up, but coach ain't say to warm up though, and we try to get anybody start warming up and try to go up to coach. We just make a lot of jokes and stuff, and then motherfuckers got me in trouble.
That's beautiful.
Those are always the funniest guys. Whenever I used to ride, I used to ride the bench when I played soccer. Whenever I did, I was always talking to Hispanic guys, and they are the funniest.
They get the best humor. Some of the best humor. That's some of my favorite comedians, stand-up comedians, George Lopez. I was watching a lot of George Lopez's specials recently, and Gabriel Iglesias is also one of my favorite. Ralph Balboa from nowadays, the new era. He's funny as hell. They're just hilarious. Hilarious. I love when they slip in between Spanish and English. That's probably the funniest thing.
I do too, and I love when they break it down for you in English right after, where they explain the joke in English, just so all you white folks understand.
Yeah, it's funny. It's mad funny.
I lived for 2 years with two Panamanians in basically a room this big, and I learned there's a double meaning behind everything with Latins. There's always a double meaning, and it's always with a sexual connotation. It's always with a sexual connotation.
I don't know.
Every time I tried to speak Spanish, I'd hear them giggle like, some middle schoolers. Because I probably said some weird shit.
Something with a double meaning.
Comedians are always complaining about the fact that, this politically correct movement is ruining comedy.
Yeah.
Is that true?
I mean, I don't care. Like, I feel like for me, I don't care. Like, I just don't. I'm not gonna say nothing disrespectful. Like, I don't like. It's like, but if I make a joke, it's a joke. Like, that's the whole concept of comedy. Like, if it's a joke, it just needs to be a good joke. I don't do distasteful humor. Like, if I'm gonna make a offensive joke, I'm gonna make sure like there's truth. Like, there's like a lesson behind the joke. Like I try to resemble Dave Chappelle. I mean, he's the greatest comedian in my opinion.
100%.
And like he be, what I'm saying, he be roasting, like he be cooking up, but at least there's lessons behind his jokes though. 100%. So you can't, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I be trying to do that. Like I'm not gonna be a distasteful comedian. Like there's like most, if you ever like, I don't know, as a comedian, I feel like, I don't know, you just can't listen to the public. Like, and then eventually the public gonna be on your side because they like the fact that you're not listening to the PCness or whatever, like to the hate. Like, cause I remember in LA, this is my first time I ever had a issue. Like, I had I said the B word, and
I don't even know what the B word is.
Nah, it's like, BITCH.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I said bitch.
Bro, come on.
And that was it?
But I'm saying though, like that, like you can't come to a comedy show and be upset at the word bitch. Like that's like so.
Somebody got
backwards.
upset at the word.
Yeah,
bitch.
no, they was getting mad at me for it. I didn't care though. I just kept saying it. I was like, I was on the stage because at the end of the day, I got the mic and it's a comedy show. But LA though, but that's what I was trying to say is like there's areas where it's like more PC than like more like sensitive about topics than others. Like LA is one of those type of places. But I wouldn't change my humor because of it. Like, but I have some like some racy jokes. Like I went up to Georgia, like up into DC. I go like host stuff sometimes for like the colleges out there, like their arbitration programs. And I went and did stand up at this one place in DC, and like I was doing my jokes about how my struggles with race here and different stuff like that, just like humor. And like this was in my early on though, and like they were looking at me with so much like just like I don't know if we're supposed to laugh or like type of like guilt or like I don't know, it's so weird. Like I've never experienced because here it's like they'll laugh like it's like like that's funny, like that's racist and that's hilarious, or I know about that because I can understand that you experienced that because we're from the South. Like I guess everybody understands racism. Like it's just, it don't matter. It's not like crazy, but there there's still stuff. But like up in the North, it's just, the racism there is different, and it's also how they perceive it is different. So it was kind of like I don't know. It was a learning experience though. But I would never change my humor. I don't care. Like I don't really care.
Yeah, it sounds like you got the same inspiration of Dave Chappelle. He makes a lot of jokes about transgenders, but every one of them, it has a great meaning behind it.
Yeah,
like you said about a friend.
I don't know, man. I like comedy even when it's just mean.
Yeah, I mean,
bro, if somebody's
public,
being mean at me, but it's funny, and there's some thought behind it, and I see the process, I don't know, they come up with something.
They do.
Smart.
Yeah.
Accept it. I accept it.
If everybody was like you, there would be a better place, but fortunately,
there'd be better comedians too.
But the thing is, I mean, probably there's like, I mean, the thing is though, it's like when you try to market yourself to a wider audience, then that's when things start to get more diminished. But like, I think what's great about just in general life is there's so many people in the world. So it's like you could fill out thousands of people in an arena of people with your same mindset. So it's like you don't have to conform.
Yeah.
Like my goal is not to freaking sell out. Like 60,000 people. I don't care to do that. Like, and I obviously like, do I think my talent can get there? Who knows? I'm gonna keep grinding, of course. But that's not my point. My point of matter is just to like be like the greatest Ethiopian comedian ever lived and do like. And one thing you learn about comedy is like, 6,000 person arena or like 40,000 or 30,000 arena. It's not even the best conditions for stand up. Because stand up, you want to make it a warm environment. Like you want to kind of have like a theater. Like you can have 10,000 people in the theater or whatever, like 20,000. But if you just want to make it a warm environment though, like so that it's like you're closer with everybody. Everybody's feeling that. Like so the laughs are more contagious and it's more fun. Because when it's more spaced out and everything, it don't hit the same. But like obviously, if you can do it, do it. 6,000 people, that's crazy. Like Kevin Hart and freaking Gabriel Iglesias, they doing shit like that. But I feel like I love to do it. I'll probably do it, but I kind of want to focus just more on just
that warm intimate setting.
Yeah, like exactly. Just kind of getting on a smaller scale.
It is, and it's the most responsive, best place to hone your craft.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it is. Yeah, but to answer that question, fuck him. You know, that's literally like my mindset towards it. I don't really listen to it.
I like that.
I love that.
Mitch, we need to wrap up because
We do
one word wouldn't be
not
enough.
even close to enough.
Yeah.
Thank you very much for coming here, Mr. Goopie, everybody.
Thank
Hey,
you.
man, appreciate y'all, man. Professional setup, man. This is great. I'm not gonna
Thank
lie.
you.